Hi, I'm Rick Rheins, Senior Rabbi at Temple Sinai in Denver, Colorado. This week's Torah portion is Miketz, chapters 41 through 44 of the book of Genesis, and it's the continuation of the Joseph story. Last week, Joseph was left in the dungeon. This week, Miketz, Pharaoh awoke from his dream, can't find anyone to interpret what the dream is. Joseph interprets the dream, is elevated as the chief advisor for Pharaoh, second in power in Egypt only to Pharaoh himself. So Joseph is in the position to make a positive difference. And then, as there's a famine, it just so happens Hashem brought it about so that the brothers and Jacob, who were in the land of Israel, that were suffering, Jacob says to them, "You have to go down and get some grain. We're struggling here." So the brothers go down to Egypt. Joseph sees his brothers and works out this plan to see if there's a possibility of redemption, of forgiveness, of reconciliation. And the story, he entertains these people, receives their money, gives them grain, but then puts their money back into their bags, and they come back to Jacob and they present all that they had received, but then they see that their money was there too, and they think, oh my gosh, now this person in Egypt, they didn't recognize their brother Joseph. He will think that we took the money inappropriately. So after a while, Jacob says, you have to go back and get some more grain. They said, well, we can't go back and get more grain until we have Benjamin with us. He told us that don't come back here unless you have that younger son, A. B, we have this extra money here. So Jacob knows exactly how he reconciled with his brother Esav. He said, we have to bring gifts. And he literally said, well, put twice as much money in your bags, the money that you were supposed to give the first time, and now the extra money, and also bring mincha, bring offerings. And it included balm and honey and pistachios and almonds, some of the goodness of the land to bring it back. Now, mincha, many of you will recognize, is the name of our afternoon service. Literally, it's the grain offering. It's the offering that we have in gratitude to God. A mincha, in this case, is used as a word for gift or an offering to appease Joseph. It's very interesting. So the brothers bring Benjamin and the money and the gifts, the mincha, back to the Egyptians, to Joseph. Again, they don't recognize Joseph. And they lay all of this out before him. And Joseph sees all of the gifts, he sees the money and all the rest. And does he react to the gifts? No. Rather, he asks, tell me about your father. How's your father? Now, he's referring to his own father, Jacob. But again, the brothers don't recognize Joseph because he looks like an Egyptian. And he's speaking with all the Egyptian court around him. And they're sort of taken aback. But the words he says about his father is, Odenu chai, is he still living? And they said, yeah, yes, he is. And that appeases Joseph, of course. And then Joseph sees his little brother Benjamin, who he hasn't seen for 17 years. Now he's grown up a little bit. And Joseph is moved to tears. He has to rush out in order to compose himself. But it's just a beautiful piece here that reminds us about the real gifts that are necessary for appeasement, for reconciliation, for peace in our family, for peace in our community. And it's not the mincha of the honey and the pistachios and the almonds and the balm and all the rest. It was rather the mere presence, their their gift of their heart. Joseph seeing his brother Benjamin, Joseph hearing about his father, that there was a possibility that they could all get together again. It was being with each other. That was the greatest gift. And how timely this message is, because this week, beginning on Sunday night, of course, we had the first light of Hanukkah. And throughout all of this week, we've been lighting the candles of the Chanukiot. And some will be exchanging gifts. And we remind ourselves, well, it's the greatest gift of all, the gift of the heart, the avodah shebalev, the offering of our sincerity and our gratitude. And the gift of being present, not the gift, not the presence, but rather being present, being loving, being sensitive to one another. And I hope during this time of the celebration of Hanukkah, the celebration of the Shabbat during Hanukkah, which is Miketz, waking up from the dreams and realizing that the best gift of all is being with each other. So if you have the blessing of being with family, count yourself very, very lucky. And if you're not with your immediate family or some loved ones, come into the congregation. Come join us at Temple Sinai or any other gathering and celebrate community, celebrate our faith, celebrate being with another, and bring the best gift of all. Bring yourself, bring your heart. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Urim Sameach, a